What's up, everybody? Welcome to the round 19 review. Carlton, North Melbourne. The Blues go down 11-11-77 to 18-8-116. I can't believe they did that. I cannot believe they turned that in. It's always an interesting process before I record these. I do the same thing every week. I go down to the local cafe, get a coffee, come back, think about the talking points, and then come on here and say it. But there's so much to say, but there's nothing to say. It was the worst performance of the year. It happened. They turned it in against a team on the bottom of the ladder, and I guess we'll touch on it in a minute. But the work, the hard work, it just shows. The truth always comes out. It really does. We got exposed for who we are, and we got exactly what we deserved. And this isn't even about us. This is about North Melbourne. Welcome to North Melbourne abroad. It's about North Melbourne and all the hard work they've put in. To be honest with you, I don't know. Maybe it was inevitable for some of you who have been watching. A lot of people have been commenting about how this was coming. The season was over in round 2. We should have seen it then. And yeah, fair enough. But at the end of the day, when you go into the game and you're literally 4 points away from 8th spot with 5 games to go, like, it's alive. It's all alive. You know, the season is alive mathematically and whatnot. But I don't know, man. Honestly, I don't know. I actually thought we started well in that first quarter. I thought we played a really proactive game defensively, the way that we were setting up, forcing turnovers and intercepting. I thought it was a good start. It looked like we carried on the form from the fourth quarter against Collingwood, but didn't convert on the scoreboard, didn't take our opportunities when we had them. We were thinking our way through, which was good because I thought, Harry's not there, so you can't be bombing it long. At one point, we were 14-7 inside 50s. We were up, and we were down by 2 points. And you start thinking, okay, well, we've got to clean this up. I couldn't believe we were losing, to be honest, at that point. And really just didn't get a return for the work that we had put in the first quarter. The second quarter, it started becoming evident. Every time we turned the ball over, it was just like there was nobody there. Are they running hard enough defensively? Do they switch from offensive to defensive minded quick enough? Don't know. They don't. They absolutely don't. It's not quick. They're not quick enough to react. Either that or the way that they're set up. But it just seemed like as soon as North got that first kick from, let's say, our defensive 50-metre arc to 70 metres away from our goal, as soon as they hit that target, whether it was a handball or a kick, boom, you pass that sort of second layer of team defense, and then they're gone. It was just, they were running. It was like 3-on-2s, 2-on-1s. It was fascinating. We conceded a goal 13 seconds after Jack Martin kicks a goal, and then I'm really starting to worry. And to quote Mars, he talks about the apple crumble, and it starts crumbling from the bottom, really crumbling. It started happening. At halftime, and to be honest, at halftime, I was calm. I was talking to Joe. I'm like, man, we're calm. Like, I was still very confident we were going to win the game. We just needed to clean some things up. I think North had scored 4 goals, 2 from like turnover and defensive transition. I was like, man, we just clean that up. We'll be okay. It'll be a bit of a grind. We're playing lower to our opponent. How dare I say that? How dare I think that yesterday? How disrespectful to North. And then we just got a fucking football lesson. We got shown up. And people would say the players are trying and da-da-da-da-da. There's effort. And then there's that willingness to go into the red zone of your capabilities and what's actually, at the top of your capabilities. And North were willing to go into that zone a lot longer than what we were. I don't know what was said at halftime. Like, the message couldn't have been that bad at halftime. Like, what happened? I mean, Zach Williams goes off with a hamstring, but Was that really the last thing that broke the damn wall? Was it really Zach Williams who plays behind the ball? And did they lose belief? Did they think that it was one too many soldiers down? Gut-wrenching what that was. That was piss weak. That was fucking mentally weak.
It's mental fucking weakness! Weakest fucking piss!
We were beaten by a side that was willing to hang in there for long enough, because North were making skill errors early as well. They just kept going. And, you know, what a fucking shit show. What was it? It was a shit show. That's what it was. It was a fucking shit show. The Collingwood game, we were proud for that fourth quarter because they found something, they dug deep, and that's what you build momentum. I mean, I think anyway, that's what I think you build momentum off. Wins like that, the boys get around it. There's a real emotional connection, and it just goes to the wayside now, you know? And we honoured Serge last week. Serge would have been filthy at them watching that North Melbourne game. I think a lot of the old Carlton legends would be really embarrassed by what they built. The legends of this club, who I'd never even watched play, but like I'm still so passionate about this club because of what was built in the past and trying to carry it onto the future. And you got these fucking frauds running around. They're frauds. It was a fraudulent performance. That's what it was. There's no honour. Like, we talk about the honour of playing for the jumper, and these words, they actually start sounding wishy-washy because the players don't play like it. They don't play like there's like a badge of honour on them. Like it's the armour, and I don't know. It's a complete disconnect. And look, at the end of the day, we've had this, you know, external review brought forward, and there's a reason for that. So I guess, you know, it's not a surprise because there's some dysfunction going on. Teague, I don't know, man. I don't even know who I feel sorry for. Do I feel sorry for the players because they're being put out there with a game plan that's a failure of a game plan and they're tactically inept? Or, you know, do I feel sorry for David Teague because his players are fucking mentally weak when it really cracks in? I don't even know, man. I don't even know. And I guess that's why we're having an external review. But, and Malasot. What do you do? What do you say? What do you do? You know, the supporters, can I just say, if you have never watched the fan cams, that one last night was the best one I've ever been a part of, because I think there's like a notion that people just come on and scream and, you know, shout and all of that, and there's no substance. But it wasn't that last night. People, the way you all came on and articulated yourselves, I really think is important for you to get that kudos. I said it last night, I'm going to say it again. It was fantastic, the way that the Carlton supporters express their emotions in a way that can't be politically correct, you know, pointed at and like, oh, don't say that. It was great. But the fan, I really felt a different type of hurt from the fans last night. I really felt like it's starting to get to that point where it's like, how can I support a bunch of men with all my heart and soul who don't even show the same passion for what they do? You know, and it's unconditional support, so obviously, you know, there's that, but there's just so much wrong, and you get found out. And we heard all pre-season about, wait till you see how hard these boys work. I remember the pre-season event, Tiggy was on stage saying, I just can't wait for everyone to see, you know, what comes of the work and the work they've been putting in, the way they train, their training standards have lifted. It's a fucking lie. It's either it's just like shit talk, or they don't actually know that they're not working hard enough, because every other team, I don't know how many other teams, but most, if not all teams, are working hard enough. And the work shows, the work pays off. North Melbourne have really, really improved from the start of the year, and they've sort of cut it, really, you know, gone back to the ground level, and they've just built foundations, and you just see it. Meanwhile, we're in the 6th year of this, you know, new era, and we can't even get out of the bottom 4. We can't beat a team that's on the bottom of the ladder. It's fascinating. it is fascinating the dysfunction that's going on, you know. And it's so hard for the supporters because we just got to sit it out. We got to wait until the end of the year now. It's a really wasted season, and I think, you know, I think the biggest thing, I don't know, I'm 30, so I'm not wise and old enough, but I just feel like the biggest thing, the worst thing you can do is like regret once you get to, you know, that point where you're about to die and you look back on and you say, what if, like, I should have worked harder. I just think that is the worst possible. I think that's my biggest fear, you know, getting on my deathbed and looking back and saying, oh my God, I didn't work hard enough there, or I wish I did this. Or this season has been a complete waste. These players have completely wasted their potential this year. Joe Adama made a really good point about the foundations of the rebuild, which hasn't been brought up yet. And do you remember when Bolton was there? Let's just talk about that. Jacob Wiedering as a forward. Are you fucking kidding me? That's when you know. That's when you know. But back to 2018. That's when you know. Anyway, he was talking about, do you remember when Bolton started with this rebuild and it was like, you know, we're not going to be defined by wins and losses. We're going to be defined by pressure. I wonder if that has creeped into the foundations of this build, and the players who started, who a lot of them were out there yesterday, have lent on that now. Because at the start of this, it was, no, don't worry about wins and losses, just play with effort. And I wonder if there's something in that. I really do. Because it is about wins and losses. It's the Carlton Football Club. This is the Carlton Football Club. You see the clip of, in that Sergio Silvani tribute, you see the little image, second place is not enough. You know, it's, and that's where there's this disconnect. So, I don't know. We'll front up again next week. See what they should. I'm telling you, man, they can't just turn it up. They can't just give up and have these bad losses to end the year. It just cannot happen. And if it does, well, I don't see how we move forward with anything. And if Tiggy's not the man, then the whole fucking board can go as well, because they put him in. So much accountability. I wish, what we need to do is look in the fucking mirror. Everyone at the club. You've got to look in the mirror. Look at yourselves and be honest. Put the club first for a change. Put the club first. What is in the best interests of the club? Don't worry about being the person who was there when we made it work. Worry about what the best interests for the club are in terms of winning. Fuck. So disappointing. So disappointing that they did that. I can't believe they did that. How fucking dare they? Like, honestly, how fucking dare they? I look forward to the press conferences on Monday. What's it going to be this time? We're not shying away from it. We've had some really harsh conversations. We reviewed it really hard. What's it going to be? I've read this book every day of my life. Anyway, it is what it is. Player of the game. Jesus Christ. Jack Silvani. Jack Silvani is the player of the game because he always does. It's fascinating. He always does play the right way. He gets it. He understands. He understands that the tribute to Sergio wasn't just last week. It's for the rest of eternity, you know. And he played with the spirit. So I'll give a big kudos to Jack. 21 touches, 9 marks. Jack's actually really come on in the last month. Like really come on in the last month. Because I remember Jack was getting those 8 to 11 possession games and whatnot. But I love Jack and what he did. And I love all of them. I love all of them. This is all out of love for them. You know, when you imagine having strangers want more from you because they believe in you. That's just the biggest compliment I could possibly think of. So, anyway, I'm ranting. Let me know how you're feeling. Is it worse today? Is it worse as we go on? Let me know how you think about it. Did you see it coming? If you did, share with me. And then like, what now? Like, what now? What do we do now? How do we think about things now? Just play Honey and Ramsey and da-da-da. Like, what now? We'll chat in the comments and leave it there. Go the Mighty Blues.